Welcome back to IdleTalk. I forgot the order in that statement, but this is episode 11.
Hello.
We're gonna have 12 episodes this season. Just because Fabrian can't meet up to record, so we're gonna save something special, maybe,
Finale?
hopefully, maybe, yeah. So I have a question just to kick off this IdleTalk, Fabrian.
What's up?
If you can choose two people from any forms of media, TV, anime, movies, comics, graphic novels, poetry, to take with you in a zombie apocalypse, who are you choosing? Any two people. Or any two beings, any two just beings.
I would say if you do beings, can't you just pick a god and you'll be okay?
I would say you would scale the level of zombie threat to the appropriate, levels.
So it would be god zombies if I pick a god?
Yeah.
I would go for Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, wow. I had a feeling you were going to pick something as basic as that, but I didn't think you were going to go.
Basic.
Yeah, I didn't think you were going to go that way.
Have you seen my man fight zombies?
I have, but I just...
Absolute god. Why wouldn't I pick him?
Not
you need him on your
impressed.
team, bro.
Not impressed whatsoever.
And then
That
second
choice.
guy, who would I pick? Probably Joel. But
Joel.
Video game Joel.
Video game Joel.
Yeah.
That's a good
Leon
combination.
Kennedy and Video Game Joel. Those are who I would pick in a zombie
Okay,
apocalypse.
I like those answers. Those answers. I think as a trio, you guys would be good. I'm gonna take a surprising pick.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Solid Snake for one of my.
That's
picks.
a good pick, though.
I don't
That is a
know.
good
I just been on the Metal Gear train in my head recently, and I think that
I
would
feel like he would be great.
he would be very helpful to say
Yeah.
the least. And just to have a little shaking up the group dynamic, I'm gonna go with Negan from the Walking Dead TV show, not the comic version, the TV show. I think they're the same guy, kind of, but just it looks similar. I think it'll be an interesting dynamic between the three of us.
I think TV show Negan is a bitch.
I mean, he's a bitch later, but I'm talking about season 5 Negan.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna take season 5 Negan to be Pacific.
Pacific?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was in the ocean, though.
I said that like throughout the minis recently. Last episode.
Yeah,
I
but you
think I
kept
said,
calling me out recently about my
oh, nah,
English,
you
so
was
fuck
going
you.
crazy. You was
So
having a
I'ma
stroke
call
while
you-
you was talking,
So
bro.
I'm gonna call you out, bitch.
But mine are intentional. You were actually having problems pronunciating words.
You specifically said Pacific on
Yeah,
purpose?
I just said pacifically.
Oh, I thought
To
you
be
messed
funny,
up.
bro.
I thought you messed up. My bad.
I didn't mess up. You think I
That
fucking
means
messed
I
up?
also didn't mess up. It was
No, you definitely,
all
definitely
intentional.
for sure fucked up,
all intentional, bro. I just pretend to be dumb.
bro.
I'm actually a genius.
I'm looking at your camera right now, and that claws figure is like literally like if you
Peeking?
just slid over to my right a little bit, like towards me. No, don't move it. If you were to move, it would look like you were like that was your body. Like,
That's the homie, bro.
yeah.
So you would go Negan
Season 5 Negan
and Solid
and
Snake
Solid Snake. Yeah,
and you.
and me.
I feel like Solid Snake, 1,000,000%. I feel like that is such a good pick. He's good with weapons. He's good at surviving. He's good
Yeah.
at hand-to-hand
Falling
combat.
down a fall.
Yep. Good at knife
Waterfall.
combat. But Negan,
Season
just a
5
dude-
Negan specifically.
but like just a big dude with a bat.
No, I just
That's
think
it?
there's a lot of more mental stuff of value from him,
I guess.
because you took Joel.
Well, Joe's
Joel is just
smart,
just a guy.
but he's
What's separating him from Negan?
No, video game Joel is real. He's different. If I said
don't
TV
know.
show Joel, then I'd be like, you right. Negan and TV show Joel.
No,
are
I
kinda
think
the same.
Negan and video game Joel are more comparatively close than.
Really?
I just think season 5 specifically. I think he was just on another level.
Okay.
I think he was on a hunted the whole time. You know how you said Joel was on a hunted the whole time in the game.
Yeah.
But other than just being,
No, because he was like a bitch. He was like,
I don't think Joel is charismatic. Period.
you're right.
I-
No,
I-
sometimes with Ellie he is.
But that
with
doesn't
other
matter.
People he
that
is.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter
you're
exactly.
right.
I'm saying like Negan.
But what if he opens up to me
I
like
feel
he
like
did with Ellie? What if we
I'm-
become like
I'm
father and son?
saying if Negan can have that charisma with anybody, like
You're
he's
right.
mo-
He can make friends
he
a
can-
lot
yeah,
faster,
exactly.
yeah.
So I'm thinking like that's
you're
undervalued
right.
skill. I think.
But I have Leon.
Yeah,
Leon's charismatic as fuck, and he's sexy.
Mm-hmm. But that might be viewed as a threat because Negan's not your typical sexy.
Yeah, he is.
Not
TV show Negan is sexy as fuck.
bro. Not compared to Leon.
Well, Leon's a video game character.
He's not. He ain't shit compared to him. Like,
well, he's a white blonde boy, so
I'm saying that could be perceived more as a threat. Like a hick country guy isn't gonna be like trying to kill Negan because like I hate this fucking sexy white man.
Maybe.
But like a cute blonde guy, I think they'll be more prone to be like, oh, let's get this pretty boy out of here.
But yo, Leon, he's real, bro. If you play them games, bro, that man's a maniac.
You know what's funny?
You've never played Resident Evil.
I've never played a single one.
That's insane.
A single one, bro.
Why don't you play the new one that just came out, the remake?
I saw Christian
Resident Evil 4.
play it in VR.
It's good, right?
Christian played it in VR, and then he made me play it, and I shit my
got sick?
pants. Yeah, that shit was mad scary in VR, bro.
Yeah.
In VR,
All the
that
enemies
shit
running at you.
that shit is on 100, bro. Outlast scared the shit out of me, like within the first 5 minutes.
That's the one with like you're like stuck in a hospital, right?
Yeah, with
that
the camera.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
I don't do well with like horror games.
I don't do well with them either.
Like I'll start playing and then I'll get to a point and I'm like, I just don't want to move forward because I know I'm gonna get jump scared. And I just stand there like, nah. To just press the home button and be like, I'll just go play something else.
I like to whenever I do get psyched out like that, I just go on YouTube and like watch other people play, and I feel brave.
There was you played The Last of Us 2, right?
Yeah.
You know that one? Did you finish?
Yeah.
You know that one level with when you play as Abby and you fight the Rat King?
Yeah.
Almost shut it off on that.
Really?
Yeah.
It took me like 45 minutes
that
to kill it.
That's scary, bro.
It took me like mad long.
And then there's also one section with Ellie where like it's like the first stage of like the really fast ones, the ones that don't make noise and they run away from you and they come back at you.
Yeah, with a gang.
I literally closed the game in that game. In that level, it was completely dark, and then I kept hearing clicks, and they were running at me, and I was like, nope. And I just I pressed the home button, and I said tomorrow, and then I came back and played it in the morning because it was like 2 at night, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. Like I'm not about to play at night, scared as hell. I can't do it.
Christian, when he got Resident Evil VR, he tried it out. He was still living at his parents' house. It was him, his cousin's girl, and his girl, and they were playing it on the couch right outside his parents' room. Yeah. And they were like yelling and screaming and shit. And his dad came out. He's like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?" Yeah. And I thought that was pretty funny.
I would have put the goggles on my dad. I'm like, come watch this, bro.
Bro, actually, when I tested out VR when it came out, like the PlayStation VR, he had me doing this like animated like sporting stuff. So I got to do like rock climbing. I was rock climbing and like I looked down and my hands were sweating, bro. My hands were like I was so scared, bro.
I feel like the only time I ever tried VR is Beat Saber. I played that game and then I got motion sick and I was like, oh, VR is not for me. Like I felt like I was gonna throw up.
Where'd you get VR?
My friend what's her name? Yeah, Sophie. She had a VR set and she played Beat Saber and she was really good at it. So she was like, you want to try? And I was like, yeah, sure. It made me sick.
I heard people exercise with that game.
Yeah, it makes you move out a lot. Like you're like Just Dance and shit, but with swords. Yeah. So yeah, I haven't tried it since I've gotten motion because one, I don't have one, and then I don't have really friends that have. It's cool that you have Christian who has one.
Yeah, but I don't think he ever plays VR ever again. I don't think.
Really?
I think it's one of those things that collect dust.
What does he play to?
I mean, he had mad VR games. There was this one like Hitman 2 kind of game esque, but like not graphically like Hitman 2, but like lower down. And I was having fun. I would like throw the gun, catch it, bang,
it,
bang.
and shoot it.
Yeah,
it's funny.
I mean, I guess VR is good for that.
Do you think there's gonna be a point in time where like consoles just go to that and it won't be like analog, like control, like look at the TV type shit, or do you think that's always gonna be a market for that?
I hope it comes out that way, but it's glasses. I don't want to have something covering my entire field of view.
But then you won't be immersed. The whole point is
no. I mean, you can definitely be immersed with some glasses if the technology is there. You know, eventually the technology will be there. But for now,
you think eventually they will do it?
I think for now it'll be separate but equal. You know, classic. But I think eventually it'll probably just go to that.
Okay. I enjoy analog gaming. So I don't want it to, at least not in my lifetime, I don't want it to go away.
Oh, not for sure.
But I got some time left on me.
Speaking about your lifetime, do you ever just think about I wonder what it would be like for like my my grandkids and or their grandkids, like how far like Earth will have come. Like
Yeah, all the time. But then again, I also think about how long of a family like generation can I have before the world explodes because of how shitty we treat the Earth.
Yeah.
You know, so how long until like my generation is cut short?
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to take care of the world.
If you think about it,
And global warming is killing us.
thinking about just like my previous generations before me, I wonder.
Yeah.
Like, I've never personally have like tried to like see where these branches go. Have you
Yeah.
ever thought about doing that, or have you like? Do you know
Always.
as far as you can go? Like
No, I haven't. I always wanted to try like a DNA or ancestry type shit. It's just I don't give a fuck enough to do it. Like I'm like that'd be so cool to know all this stuff,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, I gotta swallow my mouth and then send them spit, and I also gotta pay y'all.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
also,
where
you
are you
guys,
getting this information from? Like,
and then I've also read that they keep your DNA and they sell it to other people.
Yeah.
Like 23andMe does that, and I was
Mhm.
like, oh, that's sketchy.
that is
And then
kinda
some,
sketchy.
and then other places were telling me that most of the tests aren't actually very accurate. They just make up a lot of the shit that they say, and I was like, oh, that's kind of sucks.
that does suck.
But yeah, I would like to know.
I think my grandma's on my mom's side. I
Mhm.
think her line dies with her. I think.
She didn't have kids,
No, my grandma had 5 kids, but
so why would it die with her?
they all the only 2 sons.
Mhm.
I think.
Didn't have kids.
No. They're my only one of my uncles has her same last name, and I
Mhm.
think my other uncle has. I'm trying to remember his name.
Like his
It ends
dad's
with like
name?
Santiago or something. So I think he got his dad's name. My mom has my
Your dad's name.
no. My mom has my grandma's and
Your grandma's name?
her dad's name,
Got it. Okay.
but she doesn't use the so
She uses whose last name?
she uses both of them.
Her mother? Oh,
Yeah.
both of them.
But my last name is my dad's last name,
Yeah.
and my sister's is her dad's last name. So like we don't get
Oh,
that
damn.
right.
But it's not. That's still
My
bloodline
aunt
technically. It's still there.
Uses the last name of her husband, and my 2 cousins are their last name.
Yeah, most girls take the
Yeah,
husband's name.
but-
yeah.
I don't know. I think just it ends with her and my uncle, and my uncle's pretty old too, though. He's like getting on that.
Well, the thing is, even if your uncle has a kid, if that
He's
kid
got
turns out to be a girl,
Mad kids, bro.
but are they all
Mad
girls?
kids. They're like half and half.
Oh, so they have people to
But
pass down that name.
I don't know. I think that last name is cursed.
What is it? Santos?
No, it's
Santiago? What
San
did you say?
Pedro.
San Pedro.
It's a lot of just previous family wrongdoings and drama
Yeah.
and stuff. But I think the sooner it ends for our family, I think the better.
So you would want to continue Ramos.
I will continue that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if I would have liked
Do
my
you
mom's last name,
What is your mother's last name?
Lopez, San Pedro Lopez.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't have mind either. I think Lopez would have gotten me a little
Yeah.
bit farther in life, but I don't mind. I don't mind if I had to choose either one of those last names. But
Do you think in like you know how like studies are showing that like people in our generation aren't having kids and aren't getting married, right?
yeah,
Do you think as time progresses, there's gonna be like, you know how like the most common rule with marriages are usually like the woman takes after
Mhm.
the husband's name. Do you think that will be abolished as time progresses,
I don't
or will they like join the
abolished.
names?
I don't think that was ever a rule to not do. I think it's
Just preference, right?
yeah. I think it's depending on.
But do you think it would become more common?
Listen,
for
I
people
was
to be
talking
like,
to this shorty who was gonna be
Shouty.
gonna be a doctor.
Okay.
Okay, if we ever got married,
She wouldn't take your last name.
she wouldn't take my last name for sure. And
That's
I
what I'm
wouldn't
saying.
I
Some
wouldn't have
people-
mind either.
Yeah.
It's not something that I'm like. As long as
Because
my kid
imagine
has
working,
both.
yeah, imagine working that hard for it to say doctor and then your
My
last,
last
name, and then
name,
someone
yeah.
else is just like, oh, I marry you, so now you're a doctor, my last name.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, if you've achieved something like that, I wouldn't even ask for the hyphen.
Mm.
I was just like, just keep your last name.
I feel like the
keep
hyphen's a good
mine.
compromise, though.
I didn't to be called Doctor whatever Ramos.
Mhm.
I'm like, I didn't do shit for that, you
Yeah,
know.
true.
As long as
I guess so.
if she wanted one kid to have her last name and one kid to have mine, I would compromise on that too. They could both have both of them. I don't care in which order it
Oh.
goes.
That's something that I feel like, as a father, I would love my kids. I wouldn't want my kids not to have my last
Mhm.
name. It's like from coming from someone who was born with a different last name, who was then changed, right? Because I originally had my mother's last name, but I would love, as much as I don't really care, like you said, like your family, like I don't really care about my family name, but I do care about me. Like I identify as Fabrian Henriquez, right? And so I want my kids to also have my last name. So hopefully, whoever I end up having children with are okay with.
If I had a son and a daughter, and I had to compromise on like one of them gets her last name, one of them gets mine, I would rather my daughter get the doctor's last name, and that way she'd be like, "No, my mom's a doctor. I'm not changing my last name."
Why are you assuming you gonna marry this doctor?
Have you seen me? I'm just saying in this hypothetical with this, I brought up the doctor, right? I brought up the doctor. Okay.
But what if it wasn't? What if it was just a regular woman that didn't want to take your last name? Regular woman, regular job. Then what? Are you cool with it still?
No, I'm not. I'm a misogynist through and through, bro.
What about your kids?
I just said through and through.
So you would
What do you
be
think
like,
through
no,
and through means?
You would be like, no, they need to have my last name.
No, yeah, for sure, 100%. And I'm
kids-
naming them.
kids,
I'm naming them.
No, I don't
Double
care
down.
about
I'm
that.
naming them.
No, I don't care about that.
It's going to be a Fernando 3.
I feel like naming should come together.
And
last name,
Fernando
I agree with
3
you.
needs to be born. Fernando
So you just want a
3.
junior, Fernando Junior.
I'm junior, dickhead.
You're the second. If you
I'm
name someone else, isn't it
Currently, I'm junior.
correct? But
There's
if you
no
name
other
someone else-
Fernando.
I know, but if
I,
you name
dickhead, that's why I'm saying. If I get another one, that's a number 3.
but then you'd be the second, right?
I don't think that's how it works.
You'd stay as junior.
Yeah. Because it's going to be senior, junior, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th. Now you get into great leader territory, you know?
I thought it was literally just
Like
1, 2, 3,
Fernando,
4.
Fernando Ramos the 7th, you know? He's going to be ruling the
Damn,
world.
you want to bring it down that far?
I low-key think if I could get like a legal document that states that, like notarized and done,
Yeah.
if it's legal, I would want to see how far it can get, you know? Like same thing about losing your generations. Like,
Yeah.
I think I want to do the same thing where I'm like, let's see how many Fernandos.
What if you
we
only
can
have girls? Then what? Like, what if you had, like, let's say 4 kids, and you're like, damn, I tried every time, and they were all girls, which means they will eventually take another man's last name, so that yours would be null and void. Then what?
I think science is advanced enough to where I could just genetically choose one boy at least.
Oh, you think by the time you have kids that you could choose?
You can
the
kind
gender?
of still do it right now.
What?
You can kind of
You
do
could.
that.
You could technically.
You can just
pick
choose the gender
genes.
now, right? Like
No, that's like rich people shit. Like people who pick genes and pick genders.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, I believe it.
That's where my money's gonna go. Okay, no more podcast stuff. Just saving money to freeze myself when I die and to choose
A baby.
a baby. Yeah.
Well, for me personally, I hope I just get a happy, healthy baby,
You're
and hopefully
such a
that baby has my last name.
Simpy simp.
For a baby, I'm a simp for a baby.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Man.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I would love to have like little bees running around.
They're
Isn't that
not
cool?
yous. They're
Little
hers.
bees? Well, they're half you.
Nah.
No, your kids aren't half you.
They're not taking your last name. Nah.
You
they
shut
ain't
up.
shit
It don't
with
matter
you.
if they have your last
They're
name
not
or
even
not.
yours.
They're still half
They're not
you.
even yours.
It's your DNA, bro.
Barely. Get that.
What if that kid looks exactly like you, but it doesn't have your last name? Then what?
Like a girl?
What if it's
That's
no? What if
fucked up.
what if it's a
If
boy?
it looks exactly like me.
What if it's a boy?
I get dibs on
And
the boy, bro.
it looks exactly like you, and the let's say your wife wants to name it with her last name because it was her father's last name and her father passed, and it means a lot to
I would
her.
have been like, I don't give a fuck about your dad.
That's crazy. That's your wife. That's wild, bro.
He probably didn't like me anyway.
What if he did?
Bro, I was preying on his downfall from day one.
Why?
Just preemptive strike.
That's crazy. Bro.
Strike while the iron's hot
That's
type
wild.
shit. Can I talk to you about something?
Yeah.
So I was watching this show called PokerFace on Peacock.
You have Peacock?
I don't pay for the ad-free Peacock.
Got it.
But if you want it, I could give you that login. But just know, every 15 minutes, you're going to get an ad.
I'm good, bro.
But I've been watching PokerFace on Peacock, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Episode 1 was a banger, right?
Okay.
It starts
Are
with...
you not getting me a synopsis of what the fuck this is?
I'm gonna talk about episode 1.
Well, give me a synopsis of the show before you give me episode 1.
We follow a girl named Charlie, and
Okay.
she is a human lie detector. She has the ability to be like,
Oh, word, that's cool.
You're bullshitting me, right?
That's why it's called PokerFace. It all makes sense.
Low key, that's not why. But
Oh. Well, then never mind.
the first episode starts in a casino. She's working at a casino.
That's why they call it poker.
No, literally, I think so. But then they fucking steer away from the casino, like the second episode.
Really?
So
So you never see a casino again?
She's like on the run, but so in the first episode,
Yeah.
So much shit happens that it feels like it was a season's worth of shit in one episode. And so she has a best friend, and her best friend's having domestic violence issues and whatever, and she stumbles upon this like child porn on somebody's laptop. Yeah, and it was a high roller at the casino's laptop. She tells
the high roller was a pedo.
Yeah, she tells the. We completely forgot about that plot point too, by the way.
It doesn't get brought up again.
Never. And so she goes. She tells the manager, who was the son of the owner who founded this casino, and he's like, "Thank you for giving me this information. I'm gonna need your phone so we can contact the authorities." Da, da, da. So she like believes him, and then she's like, "All right, my security guard is gonna drive you home." And
why did she have a
his security guard, the son of the owner?
Oh,
yeah. He's a head of security, but his personal security guard too. He's like, he's gonna drive you home and take a couple of days off, and then we'll see you when you come back. She's like, all right, perfect. She goes. She tells the human lie detector girl about it, and then that girl gets killed by the head of security, bro.
The lie detector?
Yeah, no, the girl who witnessed the child porn. Yeah, they clap her, bang, and then the husband gets back, claps him too, and they make it to frame like it's a murder suicide. So at this point, this is
everyone thinks that the husband killed her.
Yeah, this is what we're up to, right? And then the best friend is like investigating. She's like
the human lie detector.
Yeah, she's like helping the owner out.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I know your skills that you got. I think we can scam this high roller out of a ton of money in a poker game. And they had a complicated.
Blackmailing him.
Yeah, not black. No, he wanted to scam him first before turning him over to the authorities.
Yeah.
He wanted to take all his money. And then
turn him over.
Yeah. And then, so she's like, yeah, I'll go along with it. And as she's like prepping for the thing, again, this feels like a season's worth of fucking content. And she's investigating the death of her friend. She's like, that's like super weird. How did he shoot her? Because then we get a fucking flashback. It's like we rewind time a little bit. We see some events that were going on while she was doing it.
Yeah. While
she was like helping out with the scam. And then we see that the husband came in threatening the girl, the girlfriend, before she found the child porn. And then the security guard takes him, and then he takes his gun. He had a gun in his shoe. He's like, yo, I know you're fucking ignoring me. I know you're doing this, da, da, da. You're being a fucking slut or whatever. And so the head of security takes the gun. He kicks the guy out. And the girl and the human lie detector go out and get lunch and shit and hang out and skip work. And then the next day, they come back to work. She finds the child porn. Then she gets clapped, right? So we're caught up on what's happening.
Oh, to the flashback
on the missing contents of it. And so she's trying to figure out like what happened. And so she goes into the crime scene, pretty much her house, and she's like, "This is so weird." She's like, deleted these photos, and she goes through it. She's looking through the photos on her tablet because of the cloud. And then the guy, like, she's bringing up this shit up to the head of the security and the owner. And I'm like, why are you revealing your evidence to the fucking killers, bro? And then this is not even the end of the episode, which is crazy.
This is episode 1?
This is episode 1.
I gotta watch
this. This feels like a whole season's worth of fucking content, right?
Damn, you just put me on. Now I
bro,
gotta watch it.
Every episode is like this episode. If like we get like a whole different season's worth of.
Well, now I got a new fucking show to watch. Damn,
bro. And so she solves the crime, right? And then the guy's like, she's recording on her phone or whatever. And the guy's like, "You think I'm fucking stupid?" He's like, "Grab the phone," and he deletes the voice recording, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh no! You think I would go to the cops?" Because he's like bragging about. He's like, "Oh, I own the cops. I own this. Like this, you're not gonna get out of here with like alive type shit." Yeah. She's like, "You think I told the cops? No, that's not gonna affect you. I told the fucking pedo whose money he was trying to steal. I gave him a heads up, and he told every one of his high bankroller friends, and they're in the penthouse suite right now. Yeah, and his dad calls him on the phone, and he's like, he has this look on his face like, my dad never calls me. And then he answers the phone, and he takes a walk outside. We can't hear what he's saying. All of a sudden, just jumps off the balcony, kills himself. What? And then the head of security's like, before he picks up the phone, the head of security's like, yo, explain to your dad how you cleaned up this fucking mess. Yeah. And then he just jumps off the balcony, splats. And then he takes out a gun and starts shooting at the fucking human lie detector girl, and she's running super funny, bro. She's running really slow, like, because it's like an older woman. Yeah. But she's like running, she gets grazed a little bit, and then she's leaving fucking Las Vegas. But episode 2 and 3 and 4 after that, bro, fucking crazy every episode. And it's not even like action packed that much, but it's more like solving a crime and getting helpful information from people that eventually get killed, and then she's like, I'm in the area, let me just solve this fucking crime.
Yeah.
But it was a fucking crazy like whirlwind for episode
Sounds
1.
really good. I gotta watch it.
But episode
Who
2
plays
was crazy.
the girl?
I have no idea. Let me look her up real quick. But she's really good at it, and she's got like this like little accent going.
Be careful with the recording.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Last time you stopped it.
No, I didn't, bro.
You did.
Yo,
You're the one who did the technical difficulties, bro. He be acting like it's just me.
It's you.
He be acting like it's just me. It is me, but it's not just me.
Why you gotta be like this? Her name is Natasha Leone.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know, but she's underrated for sure.
Natasha Leone. Has she been in other shit?
Let's check her IMDb, movie and socials, movie and TV. PokerFace,
can you-
Russian Doll, Orange is the New
drag it
Black.
to
I'm
the
going to. I'm just making sure it's appropriate. Damn.
I see it too, bro.
Can I make sure it's family friendly?
No one's gonna see the TV but us. What do you mean? There's no recording back
You're
there.
so right, bro. You are 1,000,000% right. I forgot that was.
Oh, she was in American Pie?
That definitely says. Oh yeah,
Wait, press images, bro. Let me see her face.
that's her face right there,
I know, but that's way too small.
and then right
dog.
here.
Press images, dog.
I'm going to shit. Damn,
I've seen this lady, bro.
she's so fire, bro.
I've
She's
seen her in
so-
other stuff.
She's so good at acting. Like
Yeah, I gotta watch this show. Okay,
it's fire. No cap.
I'll definitely.
If you could find it on a bootleg, that'd be good.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not waiting 15 minutes every ad, bro. Fuck that.
Bro, it's only
I'm
$5.
gonna pirate it. Come at me, FBI. I'm a steal.
Yo. Oh man, let's make a little transition. Let's talk about TikTok for a little bit. I know we got some Bad Batch stuff coming up, but let's talk about TikTok.
I mean, the app that's being banned in America.
Being
because of how
banned
dangerous it
in
is
the
for
U.S.
children.
court.
Because it's so dangerous with children,
Oh
bro.
my God, it says TikTok CEO Shao Chu's attempt
I don't think that's close.
to win over congressional lawmakers
Wait, say it
Thursday.
one more time.
But the more crucial fight to prevent the short video app from being punished or banned is likely to play out in the U.S. legal system. Lawmakers took turns battering Chu with inquiries for more than 4 grueling hours, repeatedly and often.
It was 4 hours.
Yeah.
I've only seen clips, so I've never seen the whole hearing. That's insane. Imagine getting asked dumb fucking questions for 4 hours.
Mark Zuckerberg got that same treatment, bro. He was
No, he got. I feel like he.
no.
It was more like
the same level
slap.
of idiocy that they were
Yeah,
asking
but
him.
they slapped him on the wrist. With this guy, they're like, "You're done. We're getting rid of your whole company if you don't sell it." And he's like, "What?"
It
He's
was-
like, Facebook does exactly what we do.
He was
what do
like, he's like, it's same thing as like Google, Facebook,
Yeah.
any one of your
and they're like,
guys.
"No, children."
You know why? America.
He's like, "Think of the children. Think of the children."
Think of American children.
Even though we out here killing kids on the double with
Hey.
gun violence.
Oh, okay, let's
and
talk about that
nothing's
real
been
quick
changed,
because
bro.
I had this weird thought. I was
Yeah.
like 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
like a school shooting was like, oh,
It was so rare
surprising.
for something to happen like that.
Yeah,
right?
and now I feel like over the last 3 years, it's like
it's so common.
it's like super. Like
It's like we get like 20 a year now.
that's fucking crazy, bro.
It's insane.
What do you think had changed from 3 years ago to now?
I think gun safety. I think it's easier to get guns. I think it's easier to get around background checks that people don't do. I think it's easier to get your hands on illegal guns. And I think nobody in the world, or not nobody in the world, no one in America is really doing anything to fix the problem. Because why?
Can I interrupt you, you piece of shit? Your phone's not on airplane mode. You're getting so many texts.
Are you serious?
From somebody with a yellow heart, whoever that is.
Ain't no way you trying to do me like this, bro. Stop playing, bro. Ain't nobody text me.
No, I see it. It's like on the top banner.
Stop lying, bro. Stop lying to the
I'm
audience.
capping about the yellow heart. Tell me,
capping-
look
you
at me,
capping-
look at me right in my
you capping
camera.
about the yellow heart,
You
bro.
you capping about-
You care about the fucking yellow heart, bro. Stop telling me my business.
Yeah.
You and Malik, bro. Y'all here putting that shit on
Bro,
blast,
I don't know.
bro.
You made such a great point, and then I look over to your camera, and it's
Shut up, bro. I forgot to put it on airplane mode.
oh wow.
I don't get texts. I don't talk to people.
Wow, that's crazy because it's like
I'm a virgin.
4 texts apparently. Another one.
Can you stop?
Are you in trouble?
No. Is it from work?
No. Why would someone from work text you with a yellow heart?
I have people with hearts on my phone that are from work.
A yellow heart, specifically?
Yeah, I think so. One of them has a yellow heart. But it might not be that person.
It's definitely not that person. Anywho, great point about whatever you said about school shooting. I forgot.
Completely got off track. We're like having a very serious talk, and then all of a sudden we start yelling at each other.
So basically, they took turns asking, specifically questioning TikTok's ownership by this Beijing-based company called
Big Bite or something?
ByteDance,
Oh, ByteDance
Limited, asking about China's ability to access the data of millions of Americans. Chu did little to alleviate those concerns. Experts who watched proceedings said at one point, if ByteDance Chinese engineers have access to the data of American users, he said it's a complex subject. I would think it is a complex subject, but just to talk about
wait. Let me interject there. I've seen some clips of him. Yes, he does say that, but he also says that that's currently. He says that TikTok is currently working on a program. I forget what name he calls it, to specifically stop all governments from being able to, whether that be America, China, and that's what America's angry about. They're like, what do you mean? We can't look through your app? And he's like, well, the whole point is for no one to. And they're like, nah, that can't happen.
It's funny how I told you earlier that TikTok is America's favorite pastime, and I actually really think that's a true statement.
Currently, yeah.
I think it has surpassed previous ones like baseball, football, who were considered like America's pastime.
Yeah.
I think now that our youth are more, able to access social media like that. I think
extremely quickly.
TikTok is the new America's favorite pastime based
I
off just numbers. I bet you there's more children under
TikTok,
18 versus adults like
on TikTok.
No, versus just like in general. I think it's safe to assume that it's close to a 1-to-1 kid to adult, but I think as time goes on,
that's TikTok's fault?
No, I just think that's just America.
No, I'm saying like because on their app it says you need to be like 13 or older.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of people that aren't 13 or older.
For sure, but I'm just saying that they're just the popularity of things. I think are now more dictated more towards children, but I think they've always been. We could talk about Star Wars for a little bit. I've always thought that's a child's thing. Listen, it's made for children. It's not to say that adults can't consume it.
Okay.
But like whenever the adults complain, oh, this is such a child thing to do, like this.
Well, yeah, it was originally a kid's
George
story.
Lucas' intention is for something children to experience, to
it's
like
a fantasy story. For children. Yeah, I know.
So that's why what I think that kids dictate the quote unquote the norm or what's good or whatever. So I just hate when adults, out of touch adults, are like, this is not meant for blah 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 blah. I'm like, shut up, it's not meant for you.
That I hate about Star Wars, well, not hate, right? Because I don't hate anything about Star Wars. That I would like. Is what you're saying, right? Is that like because it is like a kid's story, it is very basic. The good people are good, the bad people are bad. There's evil and good, and it's very like black and white because that's how kids see the world, right? For adults, it is very gray. It is very like, oh, you could be a bad person with good intentions. You could be a good person with horrible intentions, right? The world is so complex and everything, and it sucks that sometimes I feel like Star Wars is dipping their foot into that type of stuff currently, right? Because now they're owned by Disney, and they know the audience of adults that they have. But you're right. It did start off as a fantasy adventure, a sci-fi adventure that's fantasy for children.
It always will be that, too, because there's always going to be new kids discovering Star Wars.
That's why all the new sequels, right, that nobody, or I guess mostly Star Wars fans didn't enjoy. But it's like, talk to any kid that watched those movies.
Loved it.
Loved those movies.
I always tell them that too. I'm like, this is not meant for you.
That's what I'm saying.
You get the privilege to enjoy this.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? But this is not meant for you.
Like, it's definitely like past your time. Like, there was a time where you enjoyed it as a kid and you loved everything about it as a kid, and then you grew up and now you're being way too critical on something that is very obviously just for entertainment and not for the best writing credit in the world.
Yeah, the Disney trilogy is going to be some kid's original trilogy, right?
And what's crazy is for me, the prequel trilogy was the original series for me. Like, that
Me
was
too.
the ones I watched first.
Yeah.
And then I went back and watched the OGs, and I was like, this is disgusting. Like, I was like, why does it look like
Yeah,
this?
no,
If it's the next movies,
That
right?
was gonna be my next point too.
Yeah.
Like any kid nowadays can go back to watch that original quote unquote trilogy and they're gonna be like, "This is cheesy. This doesn't.
Yeah.
This sucks."
I mean, that's what
da-da-da."
literally that was the same reaction I had.
Just
'cause
visually.
I was like, yo, watching the prequel, seeing all the Jedis fight like crazy, being mad acrobatic. I was like, this is sick. And then I watched the next 3 movies, and I'm like, what is this? But then remember, I was a kid. I didn't understand.
This is the
at
future.
time. Yeah.
How is the future the past? I don't
But
understand.
Yeah. And the prequels, even though everyone hated them when I was growing up, I still loved them. And thank God they're like viewed as like, oh, the nostalgia. Everyone loves it now, right? But back then, people hated the prequels, right? And I'd always have to fight about like, no, it is good. Like, what? What do you mean? Like, Anakin is great. Don't you see him spin? That's fun. And they'd be like, no, he's written like shit and he can't act. And I'm like, yeah, but like it's fun.
I like that.
No.
Did you see when he fought Obi-Wan?
Right? Did you see when he jumped over this and sliced this person?
Did you see when he
fought Dooku?
when he cut off Dooku's hands?
That's what I'm
That was
saying.
cool.
But,
He's
yeah.
like, oh, I don't know why they wrote him like a 15-year-old
Yeah.
boy when Japan blah 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 politics, and it's
Yep.
like, but did you see him jump over and cut Count Dooku's hands? Did you see that part where he called Grievous short? That was pretty funny.
Or when Palpatine said, "Do it," and he did it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Exactly.
I don't know. But speaking of Star Wars, let's talk about Bad Batch a little bit.
Let's do it.
We skipped over TikTok, but fuck TikTok.
I feel like we made our point. It's dumb that America's doing so much to ban a fucking app and doing absolutely nothing to ban something that's actually harmful
Pow
to children.
pow!
Right?
Guns.
You don't need an assault rifle. If you need to protect your house with a gun, get a handgun. It will
Or
do
just
the
move
same.
to Arizona.
It will do the same amount of damage.
I'm saying, guys, just move to Arizona, move to Texas, where you'll be all right with there. But leave the other people out of this, please. So, Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
Episodes 15 and 16. 2-part season
We didn't talk about.
finale.
Oh, we did watch. I was like, what do you mean? We didn't watch 2 episodes.
We
It was
watched 2 episodes. Yeah.
It was 2 episodes.
Um,
Everything just turned into a blur with me. I'm like, I watched this consecutively, so it's 1 episode.
yeah, no. And I think we should treat it that way.
Yeah.
But just major plot points throughout the 2 episodes.
We start off.
The gang is back together.
Yep. And they're gonna
Echo,
go save
Hunter, Wrecker, Omega.
You said record twice.
I said Echo, Hunter, Wrecker, Omega. I haven't got the tech yet.
Tech.
Goggles. Anyway, in the
You
first,
said Echo?
I said Echo first. I just said it in the
I
same
can't
way
hear
as
half the shit you
Oh
say half the time. I'm like,
God,
I'm
bro.
pretty sure he didn't say this. But yeah, that's the batch. Go ahead.
Anyway, Tech says bye to his baby mama.
Damn right. You know he piped.
He piped.
He just didn't tell you.
Baby
He piped.
Tech. Baby Tech on the way.
Baby Tech. Yeah.
Baby Tech confirmed.
For sure he piped.
Season 7. Baby Tech's gonna
So how she
appear.
walked up to him while he was like debriefing for the mission.
He was like, he had to play it all cool. He's like, oh, do you need a debriefing?
She's like, oh no, I'm just a human and I want to have a conversation. He's like, oh, we can do that too.
Anyway, so he has this love interest that is not a love interest because we never
It's Wanda Sykes.
from.
A lot of shit. Her voice is so iconic that I literally every time that character talks, I'm like, that's literally Wanda Sykes. I can't see it as anything else.
So the band gets back together. They
They
go
gotta do one more mission
on a secret mission. Okay, covert ops mission.
What are they doing?
They are trying to put a tracker beam, tracker transponder, something.
A tracker.
They want to track some guy
Yep.
that knows where their bro is. OG bro, Crosshairs, one of the original members, because he sent them a warning message, and they're like, "Yo,
SOS.
we got to get our guy out. He wants to be part of the family again."
Would you go save Crosshair
I would, yeah,
after everything he did to you?
yeah, for sure.
Even though after he tried to kill you?
If I was Tech or Wrecker or Echo,
No, you're Nando.
no, listen. If I was any of them, I would go. If I
Okay.
was Hunter, I'd be a little, you know,
What
I'd
if
be
you're
like
Nando and you were part of the
Nando?
Bad Bunch?
the bad, the bad bunch,
The Bad Bunch. And you're part of the Bad Bunch.
the
right?
bad bunch, yeah.
And then Crosshairs tries to kill you. Would you be cool with going to save him?
Is Hunter still there, or am I the leader?
No, he's the lead. It's the same. You're just part of the squad, dog.
I would go.
Okay.
I feel like it was personal.
Would you fight it? You're like, why are we saving
No.
someone trying to kill us?
I think it was just personal between Hunter and Crosshair. I think that's all. Like the beef between each other. I think
Yeah.
it was all stemming between the two of those guys.
Okay.
So I would go. I'm like, he didn't really do anything to me.
Try to kill you. What do you mean?
I mean, I was on the platform that got blown up, but like, so was he. So am I gonna get a little bit too mad?
I'm saying when he actively hunted them throughout that whole season.
But there was only like 3 times that it really came down to anything.
Well, he almost got him until they burnt his face.
Yeah, but they were fighting the other clones more often than not.
They weren't. They were stunning him. They weren't fighting him.
Well, you notice in this episode that
Blasting
now that
people.
they're not clone troopers,
They don't give a fuck.
They're like, these are regular humans. Bam, bam, bam. You get knocked off the platform. You get knocked off the platform.
Even Echo don't give a fuck. She's out here sniping dudes, bro.
Echo is sniping dudes?
Yeah.
Echo.
Yeah.
Echo.
Oh, it's Omega.
Echo.
Whatever the fuck her name is.
Echo
bro.
got one hand.
How
is he sniping people?
The little blonde one.
Omega.
That one.
Okay.
I don't remember names. The little blonde one.
Come on, cuz.
The one with the. If I'm obviously talking about a bow and arrow, you should know who the fuck.
But you said
about.
Echo. This
I
is
know
very
I said the name
confusing.
wrong.
This is very
I know
confusing
I
for
said
the
the name
audience. Anyway, so they go on their super covert mission, right? And then all of a sudden, Hunter and Tech notice something weird.
Mm-hmm.
There's these cameras down, right? Cameras down. He's like, sus. Who's here? I'm thinking, is this Rex secret mission?
That's what I thought too.
Echo says Rex went on a secret mission. I was like, did they link up by accident?
Maybe that's what I thought.
That's what I thought too. And then we get a familiar voice. Saw Gerrera. Sexy Saw. Not ugly terrorist Saw.
Damn, you don't gotta call him ugly. Just not Forrest Whitaker.
I'm so sorry.
Just the sexy one. The one before they casted Forrest Whitaker. And then you know what's crazy is that he originally looked like that, and they casted him, and then every show after that always made him look like Forrest Whitaker.
Every show has been after, Clone Wars era. So.
But this is the first time that they reused the sexy Saw.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
There hasn't been any content where Saw has been in this kind of time period.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got sexy Saw Gerrera back. And
his homie.
And apparently he had mad homies, but they were dressed as the stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Which makes the most sense because now since regular humans wear armor or whatever,
anyone can just.
It's not tailored to this specific genetic
and you can talk, and they'd be like, "Yeah, that's normal. Everyone should sound different now."
Exactly. So they sneak aboard. They're like, "Yo, we're gonna blow up this whole secret summit that's going on."
They were already like in the middle. Like they were
in the middle of the mission. Yeah,
the bombs were planted. The cameras were already down. By the time the Bad Batch got there, it was already.
The Bad Batch is like, no, we're doing our own mission.
Yeah, we're trying to track somebody. Please don't blow them up.
Please don't blow them up. We need to know where our peoples is at.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
He's like, fuck that.
Keisha.
But then we came to a conclusion. I'm like, actually, if Saul did kill all those people, we wouldn't have any problems.
Yeah, it's true. If he killed all the people that were in that building, but he didn't even get. He did blow it up, but no one died.
No, they didn't get to put the explosives because they sent a crew. Because
so he didn't get to the building that they were all at. Yeah, just everywhere else?
They were like good under radar, and then the Bad Batch got there, and then people started being sus. Like, what's happening? Like things are. And so the guy finally said, "Fine, fucking send a party or whatever, a search party."
Gotcha.
So if the Bad Batch got there later, then they wouldn't be any place to go.
If the Bad Batch got there earlier, they probably could have already set the tracker.
They probably could have already stunned the Saul's group, but I feel like they do be getting. They get in they have the worst luck. Like they're always late. They always get caught. Their covert missions always get revealed. I feel like they have the worst luck in Star Teammates
Wars.
always leave.
Teammates always leave. Yep.
But anyway,
they get betrayed constantly. They can't catch a break, bro. They have the worst luck.
The Bad Batch. I feel bad for you. But we see some important characters in the Bad Batch. We saw Governor Tarkin.
Yep.
And he reveals to us somebody that plays a key component to this whole damn thing.
Who built the Death Star? Or I guess who made the plans to build the Death Star. I got it. He wasn't physically doing it.
No, but he was overseeing the project.
Yeah, and he also made the weakness.
Yeah.
He installed the weakness.
Someone who choked on their own words, on their own ambitions, Director Krennic, who is currently Captain Krennic.
Yes.
At this point, we got that cameo there. Today's episodes of all Star Wars had good cameos.
They should have showed his face.
They don't show like the back of his head or whatever.
Yeah, for like 2 seconds.
Yeah,
and they say his name, and I'm like, no way, is that really him?
So now we have. You thought it was gonna be Admiral Thrawn, which I thought would have been cool.
That's what. Yeah, because the way that they were talking, it seemed like they were gonna bring in Thrawn, but no.
So now we have this secret summit, right? Governor Tarkin is supervising so many things.
Oh wait, I just realized I got two characters mixed up just
Who?
then. I was talking about Jyn Erso's dad.
Yeah.
That's not her dad. Krennic is the guy who goes to her dad and is like,
Oh,
I need you to build the Death Star.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I confused the two of them.
Yeah,
just
because
then.
he's not that high.
Yeah.
level. Anyway, so we got the guy, the director, who's in charge of the
Of
guy
Death
who's
Star.
who's
Yeah,
building
not the guy
Death
who
Star.
actually built
Yeah,
the Death Star. It might be.
and then
that's
we
all.
have the guy from the Imperial Science Bureau. He's apparently a big deal in the cloning process. That
the guy with the cool voice.
yeah,
right? Or whatever
Palpatine's
I forget
ambitions of
yeah.
cloning himself.
I don't know who the hell that man's name is. I
Yeah.
forget, but he has a cool ass voice.
He does sound like a fucking villain. That's
It's
for sure.
cool.
Um,
I want to hear him and Thrawn talk. 'Cause I love Thrawn's voice in Rebels,
Mhm.
so it'd be cool to hear them talk to each other. You were saying that this
so
guy.
three
is
major projects going on,
Yeah.
right? So we got the
the
Death Star. We've got
Emperor Palpatine trying to clone
himself, and then in the
But
in the
also-
background we have Thrawn's like Star Destroyer, like
Yeah, the Star
his
Destroyer, yeah.
TIE Interceptor concept or whatever,
Yep.
TIE Defender or whatever it was called. So we got a lot of
three big and then we have Tarkin, right? I guess,
Tarkin's
is also
picking.
Death Star, right?
Tarkin's picking like what do we put money into, right? Because he
Yeah.
says, hey, you asked for a lot,
a lot
of money. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
And he's like, hey man, science takes
Also,
time.
fuck you. The Emperor needs me. He like throws the Emperor's.
Yeah.
He name drops him, and he's
Yeah.
like,
He's
you
like,
get,
you know what?
you get the money, bro. I'm not even gonna fight that.
He's
I
like-
don't want to get force choked.
Like, I guess so. He's like, I don't like that you did that, but I respect you. So there's a lot of things on the Empire's to-do list.
Mhm.
And we know from just the movies that the Empire ruled for about 20 years before the events of Episode 4.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of things happening in
do
the
in those 20
background.
years, yeah.
So I think it's so cool that everything that we got in between movies and shows
Yeah.
builds to what is the ultimate conclusion of the original trilogy.
Yep.
And I think that's an amazing.
Well, I
kind
mean,
of
they're
like-
also building to the new trilogy.
Yeah,
too,
they've
with
now
the clone
recently
thing,
started
yeah.
doing that too. They started
the
connecting
clone-
all these dots.
The clone dot, the clone.
The clone
storyline.
dogs.
Clone storyline.
Oh,
I meant to
okay.
say. I was trying to say clone storyline that connected dot, but it
You
just
just said,
didn't work.
all I heard was clone dogs. I was like,
Yeah, it didn't
coming
work.
to a theater near you.
It didn't work. But yeah,
So Saul Guerrero fucks up the plan for the Bad Batch. Everything goes
it's
wrong.
actually the opposite. But yeah,
No,
the Bad Batch fucked up Saul's plan. 'Cause
No.
he got there first. So basically, it is his plan. He's
No.
already doing it.
This shit went wrong because of Saul Guerrero, right? This is the Bad Batch, not the Saul Guerrero show, okay?
You're right.
So we on the side of the Bad Batch.
Got it.
So because of him,
Mm-hmm.
he indirectly, him and Sid,
Mm-hmm.
we'll get to what she did later,
that
ultimately
bitch.
kickstart the First Order.
Mm.
If you think about it.
Yeah, it's weird that what a weird coincidence that the rebellion was so like, how do I say, like they were so like put together and like they made plans. They fought the Empire, who was always put together, right? And then now that they're in power, they're so. I'm talking about like the Mandalorian.
mhm.
Now that they're in power as the New Republic, they're so bad at it.
They were bad at it when they were the regular Republic.
That's what
Like-
what is that? Like why are they so bad at it?
The tyrant system works.
But
I
if they
think-
wanted to get rid of this tyrant so badly, right? Why would you not have any plans to then
I don't
take
know.
control of the galaxy that you wanted to free?
I don't know, favorite.
Because, like you said, because they're so incompetent, once they become the New Republic, the First Order comes back. They're like, oh, they're shit, so why don't we just make a new empire? And then just rise up and gain power again and blow up. Remember the first movie?
Yeah, they
did?
blew
And
up
they're
mad
just blow
planets,
up
like
all the planets that they're on.
in a chain. Like,
Yeah.
not even like one shot
Because, like,
each.
after the original trilogy, I feel like Leia should have been the one leading that.
I don't think she
Republic.
wanted to be honest with you.
I think in the comic book she wanted to, and then they weren't like doing what she wanted, and so she left with a group of people. That's why when the new trilogy starts, she has her own little like rebellion still, because she took like a few ships and a few people that still believed in her, and then left.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they should have given her the leading role.
I agree.
Because, like, at the end of the day, who's the most put together rebellion during the new trilogy?
The one
It's
that-
not the New Republic.
The ones that got the new trilogy,
Yeah,
most put together.
yeah. It's not the New Republic.
Hmm.
They get smashed in like the first
Yeah.
20 minutes of the film.
Yeah, you're right.
And the rebellion that she was leading is still around all the way up until the last film.
Mhm.
And if they make another trilogy like 20 years from now, and even that rebellion is shitty, I'm losing my mind. Because how are they all that bad at leading?
Here's a hot take.
Mm.
I don't think there's any Star Wars movies coming out anymore.
Ever?
I think.
It's too much money.
No.
for them.
I
There's
think
no way.
that Star Wars only works in TV shows.
I think it works better in TV shows.
I think it only works in TV shows.
I
I don't think there's. I mean, of course, it's gonna make a lot of money, but you're also gonna just put out the same shit you did as the newest trilogy.
But I mean, they're gonna. It's Disney, dude.
I think they
They're
would
gonna
rather put out
they're gonna make
19
another
seasons of The
trilogy.
Mandalorian.
I agree. They are gonna do that. Also, they're gonna milk that. But I'm saying, in like 20, 30 years from now, they're gonna make another Star Wars trilogy for the next
I'm surprised there
generation of
hasn't
kids.
already been another trilogy made.
No, not because you wanna know why?
Why?
Because the last one wasn't perceived well. That's why.
Exactly. So I think it's just they're gonna be like, fuck it, we're just gonna give you like shows.
Yeah, and people are enjoying the shows.
You want a Sith movie? Here's a show.
I think eventually they'll make it. It's just gonna take them a bit.
No, I wanted to make a trilogy of like the big three people. So I wanted to do a one movie of Darth Maul,
Mm-hmm.
a second movie
Great character.
in the same trilogy at Darth Vader, and
Mhm.
then I wanted one about Emperor Palpatine, like a
Mm.
anthology trilogy.
Like when he was like with Plagueis type shit.
Yeah, type
That'd be-
shit. It
that-
could
that
be.
would
I
really
want to
cool.
see
The rise.
I
of Palpatine.
ultimately would love to see that scene from Rebels where Obi-Wan and Ben Kenobi and Darth Maul, where he
Yeah.
kills him to start the movie.
Yeah.
And as he's falling, I want to see kind of like in a flashback sort of sequence, just like his training as a young, like force sensitive person with
Yeah.
Palpatine,
Yeah.
getting some of these pivotal moments in his life
Mhm.
throughout. And
And then we can
ultimately
actually
the
see-
death of his brother. When
Yeah.
Palpatine fucks him up, I would love to see
Savage.
that as a core memory.
Mhm.
I would love to see him falling in the pits of Naboo as a core memory, just like
Yeah.
building him up, his character a little bit, fleshing out a little bit of these parts that we kind of get pieces of,
Yeah.
and then ultimately the movie ends with the dialogue that we get between the two people. I think it would be a good way to end that sort of movie because we get the beginning of the end. We get his history, all his major plot points, all his major
You know what I think?
findings.
Like the point you're making, I think it's amazing. But also because you're like, oh, I think Star Wars works better as a television show. I think I disagree with you on one occasion. And that's damn. It's the Kenobi show.
Mhm.
I feel like it should have been a movie because then it wouldn't have had all this filler that was in it.
Yeah.
I feel like it should have been focused on the two people that it should have been focused on: Obi-Wan and Darth Vader reuniting, having a rematch. Him being like traumatized by all the shit that had happened. I feel like it would have been an amazing film, and all those plot points during those shows hit a 10.
Yeah.
But then a lot of the other shit that was just fluff
Mhm.
dropped it down to like a 2 or a 3, and I'm like, damn.
What do you think about the rumors of John Favreau saying Favreau?
Yeah, John Favreau.
Favreau
Yeah.
saying if Kathleen Kennedy puts her
I've
hands
seen that. Yeah, that he's
on
gonna quit.
the Mandalorian, she's gonna quit. He's gonna quit.
Yeah, I've
And-
seen that. I don't know if it's real. Back to the Star Wars thing, right? I feel like the
The John
The rumors,
Favreau.
yeah.
I think that's true because I feel like the Mandalorian hasn't had a low
Do
dip.
you think she's trying to put her fingers in it? I feel like she's not that dumb to be like this.
No, I
is
think
this
she's that dumb.
You think she's that dumb?
Yeah, I think she's that dumb. I think because she was like mostly involved with the
But that's
movies.
what I feel like she should have learned her lesson.
I don't think she has.
No. You
No.
think she still put her fingers in shit?
I think she tried to, but I think the reason why the Mandalorian's been so good because he like said I'm gonna quit, or
Or you back off? Or I'm out.
not to her, but to everybody else, like because she's just a CEO or whatever, right?
She's
Of
the head of
Star Wars, so she's not the CEO of Disney, right? So
Not even a little
so
bit.
he was like, I'm gonna leave if you just tell
She's
her
like
to.
the Kevin Feige for Star Wars.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Which, by the way, give it to Dave Filoni.
he's literally
He's literally been producing
He's
everything for that.
literally the Anakin to Obi-Wan.
Literally give Kathleen's job to Dave Filoni.
I think if he had that job, and I think he said it before, he wouldn't be able to put his
He
touch.
wouldn't- I agree.
on certain
he wouldn't be
things.
able to produce all the shows that we watch currently.
Yeah.
But still, bro, being able to like look at all the projects that are coming up and like be like, okay, would work for that. This won't work. right? Because that's what she was doing, but she didn't know anything about Star Wars. It seemed like she had no clue about what the fuck she was doing.
Nah, you're right.
So,
But yeah, Bad Batch, we get, after that tangent, we get Tech's death.
damn, we just gonna jump.
We jumped straight to that because we didn't really get any information from the science guys.
Yeah.
So and it was just all action
And then
between.
Saul got away.
He got away.
After he got shot, or was it his homie that got shot?
His homie got somebody got shot.
Someone got
Anyway,
shot.
so they're running through the halls. Nobody knows it's them because they're wearing stormtrooper armor. But
Yeah,
it's
he's
like
just acting like he's hurt.
everyone's like, "Yo, get to safety, guys. We'll handle it. We'll handle these fake clones." And yeah, we get Tech's death. Ultimately, I think that's the biggest part of
They
it.
got on this weird like
Trolley elevator thing.
and it gets like stuck. Right? They like shut the power off. Why does it get stuck?
The thing explodes. The place they were gonna bomb fully, it only blew up partially, so they lost controls of the things.
So then it stops like just in the sky, right?
Yep.
And then while it's in there, the guys that were having the meeting, like all the important people in the Empire, they're like, "Yo, get out there and shoot them down!"
Yeah,
Right?
and then they go and they shoot him down,
Yeah.
and then the elevator thingy just like loses one half of it and it's falling,
Yep.
and then this is an interesting antidote. Wrecker, this big fat brolic big clone, goes to try to save him, but every step he takes, it's like making it looser and looser, and Tech.
Because Jack jumped out of the trolley to go
To turn the power on.
the power
He didn't
back
jump
on.
out. He just climbed up a little bit. So
Oh yeah.
then he tries to, after the power turns on, he tries to make it back. They come bomb the fucking trolley,
Yup.
and
Now he's hanging on by a rope.
he's hanging on by his literal pistol thing, the grapple
grapple
gun.
hook,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is cool because he was falling and then he shot
Yeah.
it and got it.
Yeah.
And we've got plenty of those scenes. I think that was pretty cool when they're doing soldier shit.
Yeah.
And then he looks at Records like, you can't, like,
He's
there's
like,
no
if
way.
you try to save me, you're gonna drop.
He's
off the
like,
train.
we got to do Plan 99. And I don't know if you caught that, but that was a nod to
Clone Force 99.
to that clone 99, the disfigured one
Yeah.
that they based
I
the
mean,
whole batch up
yeah, that's what I'm
because
saying.
of
They
his
based the whole
moment,
batch,
not
yeah.
not a nod to the squad itself, a nod to the original 99,
I know who
where sacrificed himself
in
up
Camino,
against
yeah.
the siege of Camino.
Yeah.
So
But
that
I'm saying that
that was a nod to that moment directly. That was like, hey, we need to do a selfless sacrifice because that's what he did. So that's that nod to him, to the clone 99, the like mentor of Heavy and that original squad that we get Echo and we get Fives out of. We get all those cool clones out of that.
yeah,
But
the training,
so Plan 99 is ultimately a selfless sacrifice that
Yep.
they decided whenever it needed to be executed, it will be in a selfless manner. And Wrecker's like, no, we can't do that.
Yeah.
And he's like, you need to climb now. And then Tech gives him like, hey, when have we ever followed orders? Shoots the little trolley thing. It falls down with him still attached to it, by the way. And his gun, you see it falling down too, and it's all super slow and sad.
Yeah.
Omega's there, like, no. She gets traumatized.
Yeah.
She's been getting traumatized since day one.
Word.
Poor Omega.
Since she went with the Bad Batch, she's
Bro,
getting
ain't
traumatized.
nothing but pain for that girl.
Yeah.
Physically,
True, bro.
mentally, emotionally.
Poor fucking girl.
Yeah, and then we get the ending.
Well, they
They
get away.
get to.
Wait, kind of they get away, right? Because they
Let me talk.
they
Let me talk.
start-
Anyway,
start the
they
training.
leave after they get fucked up, and they said we need to go to, what's that robot's name? AZ, right? Now we need to get to AZ.
You gonna tell them how they got fucked up? You gonna skip that?
Yeah, because we're gonna go. They're hurt. They're all hurt. Okay, they're all hurt.
The trolley was on full speed, and they
No, they crashed. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not like we saw any stormtroopers after that. And so they need to get Omega out because she's hurt. Nobody else gives a fuck about the other clones, by the way. No one's like, hey, I got a broken neck. We don't find that out till later. That Record got a brace on. Hunter's hurt, but everybody's like, we gotta get Omega out of here. And it's weird that Echo's there, by the way. Echo's still there. We still got him. So they, instead of going to that original starting point that we started the first episode, yeah, is that her?
I don't know her character.
I don't know her character name either.
I just know that it's Wanda Sykes.
We go to a familiar face, Sid. We've been getting hints all season,
Since they met her, bro.
all the seasons that we've seen her, that she's not a good lizard,
Not a trustworthy.
not a trustworthy lizard, and she's there all sus.
Oh, you know, I just realized she's the same race as Boss.
Exactly, not a good lizard. And after everybody gets patched up, Echo's on the ship. He notices the Empire's here, and he tries to get comms out to Hunter and Wrecker.
Wait, no.
Comms are jammed. Comms are jammed.
Notice he was talking to Sid, and he's like, "You're acting weird."
Echo is on the ship with the fucking defective little robot sidekick guy.
Oh, AZ.
No, AZ is with Omega. That little bonker box that goes.
Oh,
The Gonk droid, bro. He's there with the Gonk droid. We just watched this, Fabrian.
Yo, listen, bro. Sometimes I forget.
You forget a lot of shit. We were talking about Legoland today, and you just
was
forget.
not say, fuck you. You gislet me. You gislet me, and it worked.
So Echo's on the ship, okay, with the Gonk droid, and the Gonk is like,
Gonky.
Gonk is like, and he's like, what boy? He goes out, looks out the window.
I need to know how they all speak to droids.
Echo is a literal droid.
That is true. That is very true.
Echo is like half droid.
He is half droid. But I want to know what the droids are saying. Give me subtitles.
Subtitles?
Yeah, I want to know what means.
It's like, yo, my N.
The Empire's here.
Empire's here. The Ops is here.
The opposite. So yeah, he's getting he gets alerted by the Gonk,
Yep.
and then he starts like, oh, I gotta go alert him.
Mm-hmm.
He don't even make it in time, bro.
They don't make it in time.
Not at all.
Because now Wrecker is with Sid, and he's like, why you being sus? Let's go
He's
with
getting
you.
a drink with her, yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, I had to do what's best for me. Like, she's the victim.
She's like, you guys had so much heat. How could you bring him to
Bring him here. I couldn't believe you. I couldn't believe you would bring him
And then,
here.
Like, 2 episodes ago, she didn't literally threaten them that she was gonna call the Empire.
She was
gonna play like, oh no, I didn't want to do it.
And she was like, I literally can't believe you came back for your droid.
That also is very good at healing people.
Yeah, literally. So she gives him up for a box full of credits.
Yep.
And can I just say, that is
The
for just that much credits?
Yes.
Because she's
Dummy,
used to getting
bro.
like bigger
boxes of loot. Bro.
bigger boxes of credits, and they only gave him that one little tiny ass suitcase worth of credits. Then I was like, damn, you did that for
Dummy,
like
bro. That's what I'm saying.
you did that for like a band. Like not even maybe like 500.
Because they always were like, yeah, we'll do jobs for you. Yeah,
I
no
mean,
problem.
they did technically owe her. She wasn't wrong about that.
How did they owe her?
Just by just being there. Because the like Wrecker would go out and eat food. Who paid for that? He would just say bill it to Sid. Like the full on episode about him doing that with Omega.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. He did do
So
that.
I mean, I guess
But they were running a bunch of jobs for her. For
yeah,
free.
but they weren't succeeding at some of those jobs. Like
Yeah,
you
you're
said,
right.
they got the
They do
worst
have
luck,
the worst luck.
and they were like losing money on those jobs.
But before it's just this season because all the other seasons like rescuing the Rancor they did that perfectly. Getting Omega they did that.
When they were doing missions that didn't really involve money, like securing money, they did well. Like the Rancor, just like, hey, we got to get that back for. It was like what Jabba's
Jabba, the
buddy?
guy who was
His-
the guy who was Jabba,
his right-hand man?
Jabba wasn't there.
Yeah.
I forget his name. Twi'lek.
Yeah, that guy. But when they were going out specifically to get loot or treasure or anything like that, they were just
always
failing
forget it, yeah.
every single time.
Fail it.
And I think that's a deep like.
Wait, no, because when they did that job with Wanda Sykes, right? Like when Sid sent them with Wanda Sykes, didn't they
No,
completed that
no,
mission,
they
huh?
fucked up every single mission this season. Like, no wins for them. The most successful mission they had was going with Wanda that third time and getting to that new island that they discovered. That was a successful
What
mission.
about the water thing on that island? Does that count?
That's it. That's a successful mission.
There is no money in that.
No,
You're right.
nope. That was just
that
saving
involved money,
innocent
yeah.
people from a tsunami.
Anything that involved money, they're like, damn, we're gonna fumble the bag.
They professional bag fumblers.
They really
But
So yeah, she got a band from the
literally
from the
just one
Empire.
band, not even like a good amount of loot.
And then this fucking the dude with the cool voice walks in and is like, I got Wrecker, bitch. Where the fuck is Omega?
Omega.
And then they had bad clone commandos. We didn't even mention it, but yeah, they had a bunch of clone commandos.
A bunch of like no name clone commandos. We do see Scorch, but we don't see any else of
anybody
Delta
else on the
Squad.
team, Yeah,
So we were. This is, I think that's our last.
it might have been Scorch. It might have been somebody else.
No, it is
looked like
Scorch.
his armor.
It's Scorch. But I just saw it on Reddit.
Oh, that someone
Yeah.
confirmed it.
It's Scorch. But we're hoping to get a little bit of a setup for Delta Squad.
Yep. Nothing.
We may not see that ever. I think.
Literally, no. They just use the clone commandos as another fodder, which is insane because the clone commandos are supposed to be insanely trained.
You know what's crazy?
Clones.
That happened to the first batch of clone commandos too. In the Battle of Geonosis, many clone commandos were deployed alongside regular clones.
Yeah.
And many of the clone commandos died because that's not what they were meant for. They were meant for more
Stealth
intimate stealth missions that get in and out quickly.
Yeah.
So the clone
They were the
commandos
Bad Batch
really,
before the Bad Batch.
yeah, the clone commandos really aren't meant to just be chasing down
foot
a
soldiers and
squad.
shit,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're more like to be like captains and leaders and really lead from the shadows or lead from the side or lead from the back instead of from the front. So it's interesting.
Hey, yo.
It comes full circle. Like in the first battle ever that the clones were in, they lost many clone commandos, and now they're, like you said, cannon fodder at this point. They just
they just die.
easily. But yeah, we get that scene with the clone commandos. They have everybody like in handcuffs or like at gunpoint.
And then Hunter. So before Hunter walks out to like surrender, he tells Echo to like run.
Tells Omega to run.
Omega to run.
Echo's
Yo, her name is dumb.
Echo's
It
not
should be
even
Echo.
there, bro.
Echo's-
Remember, Echo was
Her
late
name
running.
should be Echo.
But yeah, so he tells her to run, and then she runs, and then she's like, "But my friends," and then her and AZ come back, and they're just chilling on the vents while all the shit is going down.
Yeah, they're hearing every single moment. And you mentioned like Hunter's super sense should be able to pick
Yeah.
up that she's there.
I think he
And
did.
I don't
Yeah, I
doubt
think
that
he
he
did.
did. You know,
Yeah, I think he
he
did.
probably didn't. Just didn't. want-
Because no, I think you're right. Because later on, when she's on the balcony shooting them, he yells like behind you before the clone commander comes and stuns her. So he saw that clone commander coming with his senses, and she didn't. So obviously he knew she was in the vent. He just didn't. He just lied and been
then
like, "Oh, she's long gone."
Omega gets captured.
Yep,
Boom.
she does.
Omega's distraction let Hunter and Wrecker escape with Echo.
Yep.
And they're like, their mission now for season 3 is
It's gonna be fine.
to find Omega.
Echo. Oh, Omega. I did it like 6 times, bro. I can't stop, bro.
Oh my god!
I can't stop doing it, bro.
The
I can't stop doing it, bro.
How did you forget already?
It's not that I forget. It's just I genuinely think her name is Echo every time I say it. I'm like, this is the correct answer. Like
Do
my
you think
brain.
she's Echo because she repeats everything Hunter says? Because that's exactly how Echo got his name.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Also because
Oh my god!
she's a copy of the other ones. I don't know. Well, but you know what is cool?
What?
When she gets captured, right? They bring her to that cloning place where Nala Say is, right?
Yep, her mom.
Well, yeah, technically, yeah.
Her mom.
And then she's asking her like, why are you? And then Nala Say is like, I won't work for you. She's like, oh well, if you don't, we kill the little girl, bro.
Bam!
You gonna have to work for
Child
us.
murder.
And then she's like, oh, fine.
Like fuck
Right?
it.
And then they bring Omega to this room, and then the other lady, who I said on a previous episode,
You think I was there? I think. Yeah.
on a previous, I was like, that lady is definitely a fucking clone. There's no way that there's another Aussie accent for no reason. Like Kiwis always.
I think
in the
that
show are
was fairly
clones.
obvious because everybody else on the internet said the same thing.
Said the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I thought I was smart. So then she reveals herself like, oh, we're closer than you think. I'm your sister. And then the episode ends.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think about this?
I'm
season of The
hyped
Bad
for
Batch?
season 3. I think
I'm very hyped for season 3.
I
I think I'm hyped for season 3 more than I was hyped for season 2.
I think because season 2 was so mediocre, and that the last.
Damn, you thought season 2 was mediocre?
Remember that was the point of it, right? Echo leaves because he wants to do more with his life. He wants to help his brothers out, and
He doesn't want to be a
Echo
mercenary.
is the audience
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
moment. He's like, stop doing these dumb treasure hunting shit.
Yeah.
The Count Dooku shit didn't work
Yeah.
out. The fucking like the
The bank didn't work out.
The bank
whatever.
didn't work out. The fucking what's that shit Han Solo's in? The Indiana Jones
Yeah.
ripoff didn't work
It
out.
didn't
Like
work out. The pod racing didn't work out.
literally, he's like, I need to do more of my life, and we're soldiers. We got to do more. And I think
Yeah.
that was the point of the season, to be like, we need to be in Echo's shoes. We need to be feeling.
But you see that Hunter is actively trying to stop being a soldier.
Hunter is getting the Mando treatment. You
He's
get
trying-
a child, and all of a
yeah.
sudden
He's a bitch.
Soft.
Yeah, he became bitch
You a
made.
soft baby boy. Like,
But we never even talked about his dope ass shot when he shot that ship out with a pistol.
oh yeah, he shot.
That
a-
was
he
sick.
shot a spaceship down
With a pistol.
with a pistol.
That was so
That's how
sick.
nice he is. That's how his abilities. Bro shot it and it crashed into another.
To another
ship.
one, yeah. It was insane, but
That was cool. That was the moment of the episode.
I agree.
But I think the season being mediocre on purpose instead of like by accident because of bad writing. You know, it was purposeful bad writing, I think.
Well, then I hope season 3 is.
I think season 3 is going to start off really crazy, and then hopefully maybe we can try to get a happily ever after with the characters.
Well, that now that we know that they've made other female, right? Because Omega's supposed to be the one and only female clone, but obviously they made the other one. Either they made the other one earlier, or that one had the advanced aging process, like the other clones, and it just looks older than her, right? Because
I think.
What is it?
I think this is the first clone that
That's
they
sensitive?
made. No, that they made without the Kaminoans. I think
that's actually a really good theory.
I think we might see later down the line a defect or something like maybe the programming is not up to par. Maybe something along the lines is gonna like. What if she just like seizes and dies?
Do you remember her name?
No,
I don't remember. Did
Omega
they give her a
2.
name?
I don't know.
I don't remember her name.
Omega 2 question mark? Omega 0.1? We don't even know.
Echo 2.1?
Anyway, I think that she has the accelerated aging, and I think she's the Empire's first cloning attempt.
Gotcha.
That
worked.
Quote unquote, because we don't even know. We don't even know it yet.
Because we have seen like failed ones in like those
Yeah,
pods, right?
exactly.
In a bunch of different shows.
So maybe that's what I think that's heading. And I'm excited for season 3.
Same.
Very
much so.
We'll probably get it in like 2.5 years, knowing the production timelines or whatever.
That sucks that literally they left it on a cliffhanger. They're gonna make me wait like a few years. That's so shitty.
Really crazy because I told you how it was gonna end before it even ended.
Yeah, I knew.
I was like, yo, they're gonna capture Omega, and then they gotta go get her.
Yeah.
They gotta go get her in season 3.
Because they did the same shit with Grogu.
Oh man.
They sent him away. They better not fucking bring her back mid-season on another show, and then on season 3 she's just with the Bad Batch. If they do what they did to Baby Yoda, bro, I'm gonna lose it. If they use the same writing.
I'm trying to just see if anything interesting on the Reddit, the spoiler talk.
Bad Batch?
Yeah, Bad Bunch. Bad bunch of pussies.
Bad Bunch?
I think we move on. I want to talk about. Have you heard this news about this Tennessee cop? No, not at all. Okay.
Is it the one that slept with like a million
Yes.
people? Then yes, I have.
Tennessee cops, including married female officer, fired after repeated wild
she got
sex
fired?
romps. Yep, everybody got fired. So Officer Megan Hall and her fellow law officers allegedly. Why don't they name drop the other guys? I don't know.
They have pictures of them everywhere.
Yeah, engaged
but
in
they just don't say the
wild sexapades that included sending dirty pictures, taking her top off at a Girls Gone Wild hot tub party, and even having oral sex with 2 officers at the La Virgin 10 police station.
names. Jesus.
The steamy shenanigans in which Hall allegedly bragged about the size of one partner's genitals and claimed to be in an open marriage, quote unquote,
Huh?
not only led Hall to be canned, but led to the firings of St. Louis Powell, Officer Juan Lugo, Sergeant Ty McGowan,
Damn, she brought all of them down with
Detective
her.
Seneca Shields, according to December internal investigations. 2 other officers who allegedly had romps with Hall, Patrick something and Larry Holiday, kept their jobs but wound up suspended according to the reports.
Jesus.
And she's not even that.
She's ugly, bro.
I was gonna be a little bit nicer, bro.
No, she's hideous. Oh no, I'm bugging.
You're ODing
I'm
right
ODing.
now.
I'm sorry. I'm ODing. But she's not as attractive as you think.
As you would think, but I think
because of
she's.
what the hell the story
I
is.
think the way she looks lines up with the actions. You know.
Yeah.
Officers began
White trash.
to look into swinging personal lives of amorous officers when their mayor received a tip that Hall was sleeping with several fellow cops and had a threesome with
Jesus.
the one guy's last name who I can't pronounce and his wife, amongst other claims.
Oh, so someone got named?
I don't know. His name was like Larry something. Larry M.
So he got
Patrick
named.
M. Yeah.
Why they name him and
I
nobody
just
else?
read like 5 names.
Oh.
Sergeant Lewis Powell, Officer Juan Lugo, Sergeant Ty McGowan, Detective Seneca Shields, Patrick M., and Larry Holiday.
That's a lot of dudes, bro.
That's a lot of cock in her mouth.
God damn, dude.
Officer said Hall's husband saw the kiss and told officials the cuckold really wasn't on board with his wife having a threesome with Patrick M., but she continued having a relationship with him, investigators said.
But I thought he's come out publicly since and said that he's on his wife's side and that they did have an open marriage. Or is he just doing that to save face?
When asked about the tip, Patrick M admitted to having sex with Hall on numerous occasions. The report said
Damn, you snitched.
he told investigators that Hall told him about Powell's big black dick and claimed she had
What?
performed the sex act on him while the pair were on the clock, the report said. Damn, this is some wild shit I've never read.
I've known about this story, but that's crazy.
I've never read the big black dick part. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
that's what I'm saying. That's crazy that you really said that out loud.
When questioned, Powell later denied that he had a sexual encounter with Hall, but said everybody knows she has multiple partners, as he named Holiday and McGowan to investigators.
Ain't no way
Yo,
every
not
guy is
everybody's
pointing fingers at
snitching.
every other dude. He's like, I didn't, but he did. I know he did it. And he's like, me? Nah, he did it.
She said he had a big black dick.
That's crazy. On a clock?
Powell was then involved in a domestic disturbance with his wife, who told investigators, "Beat the shit out of me," adding that he would most likely
As she
lose
should.
his children after she spurned women.
Yep.
After the spurned
As
woman learned of his
she
affair.
Should. Fuck Powell for ruining not only his marriage, his kids' lives, for some fucking pussy. Like, what is wrong with you, bro? Are you that desperate? And she wasn't even that pretty either, bro. Like, damn. Ruining your whole... He lost his job,
Marriage,
his marriage, his
kids.
kids for some put...
Bro,
Nah,
the funniest
bro.
part is everybody pointing the finger at each other. Not me, but him.
That is funny. Everyone in the station is pointing a finger at everybody else. And then
Kenny
and
in
then-
account receivables, though, get his ass.
And then there's one guy's like, there was that many dudes? I didn't know.
Damn.
Can I tell you a story, though?
Okay, yeah, sure.
So you see how it says that she was doing the nasty
Yeah.
on the clock, right?
Yeah, the cock.
Sure. You know how foul that is? One, imagine there was an emergency and they out here just doing the nasty in that car, bro, while someone is dying. Now let me tell you my story.
Oh, I thought you were about to go into a hypothetical.
No, I was just that was the shit I'm gonna tell you, and now I'm gonna tell you the story.
But you
So-
fucked the cop on the clock?
me? No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, not yet.
I haven't, and I wouldn't. You stop doing that, bro. 'Cause you make me lose my train of thought. You say something, and the what I'm thinking of it just goes away. So I knew this. I'm not gonna say names.
Say
but
names.
No, I don't wanna embarrass
Say
people.
names or bleep it.
No, I'm not saying names.
Say names, bro.
No. So I knew this person who worked as an EMT or EMS, right? FYI, don't trust nurses, EMTs, or anyone in the medical field if you have a significant partner. I've had two in the medical field. Both
Horse?
did dirty shit. Okay, so
Sluts?
kind of. No, I wouldn't say that.
Damn it, my doctor dreams are crumbling.
So this person, right?
This
was
whore.
I'm not saying that. This person was a EMS or EMT, and she would do dirty things in the ambulance car with coworkers while on call.
So not like on call, meaning
Like at
any moment they could be like,
point that
"Hey,
they
you
could
need
get
to
an
drive
emergency-
down." Yeah.
At any point they can get an emergency call and be like, "Hey, we need you at this place," and they have to go. So they're just, like they're stationed in the. Usually they're either stationed at a center or like a base, I think they're called, or they're stationed with a truck in an area where they need a medic, right? So or they're in the car driving around until they get a car. So she was in the car and the other guy was driving. They did the nasty.
She was getting that. He was giving that sloppy toppy. She was
everything.
anal sex.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just know that
Bro said
what
everything. I'm putting everything on the table.
I just know that she told me that they did like you know, penetrated everything. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was like,
Huh?
that's great. I was like, on the clock, and she was like, yeah. I was like, what is wrong
You
with
were
you?
on the cock on the clock?
And then she was like, yeah, but also off the clock. I'm like, that don't make no fucking
That'll
better.
make it better, bitch.
She's like, oh, we would come in to base, park the ambulance, and then fuck in the ambulance while nobody was there. I was like, get out of my face, bro. I was like, ain't no
Was
way.
she hot?
Yeah, but still, it's gross.
It is kind of gross. So
yeah.
that's crazy.
And then I had another one. So I've had two people who did me dirty while being working in the medical field. Another one who was training to be in EMS, right? And they every day would be like, "Oh, I'm going to EMS class," or "Oh, I'm texting my EMS partners." Or,
She's sucking dick.
I'm studying, and then just to find out that she met a dude in EMS class, right? And like while they were studying together, they were fucking like every time they went to class together. After class, he would then come home to me. not like we didn't live together, but like she would hang out with me after work or whatever the case may be, right? And I didn't know about any of it until like way later. So,
damn.
so she was cheating on me like while training to be EMS, while I'm out here like, yeah, go babe, like be EMS, like I'm so proud of you, right? And then she became an EMS and still was doing it, right, with the same guy. They went to the same like thing, and I was like, wow. Oh no, it wasn't a guy. It was a girl. I'm sorry. It was girl on girl.
I would be happy.
It was girl on girl. I wasn't happy to be cheated on. Sorry to break it to you, whether it was a female or not. So yeah, one of them cheated on me with another dude, and then the other one, I shouldn't say cheated because one of them we weren't together, but we were talking. Yeah. And then the other one we were together. So.
That's super crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
that's my story about
whores cheating on
medical people, and I guess now law enforcement.
Damn.
Yo, if your partner works in law enforcement or in the medical field, look at their phone, bro. They doing some dirty shit. They cheating on you.
Speaking about all this crazy shit, do you remember the last few months Kanye had?
Yes.
And then he went radio silent, right?
See.
So there's a conspiracy out there that I want to bring up that Kanye was taken out, cloned. And now Kanye's back, and now we got cloned Kanye.
And now he's a good boy
now he's the best boy. So now,
I mean, he's still weird. I mean, he got married to a random model,
which is weird,
that no one knows about.
CIA operative?
It might be. She literally
came out of nowhere, bro.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm married." Like they are, like it's completely like they're already wedlocked and everything, which is weird as hell. And then like recently he was like, "I actually love Jews because Jonah Hill."
So there's a couple of conspiracies on TikTok, well, just videos of Kanye that kind of touches briefly.
That are like, yo, this ain't the real Kanye.
Yeah, this is something that he had to say. I'm gonna play it for you real quick.
Oh, he responded to the
No. This is just I think before that. You know how Andrew Tate has famously said, if I kill myself, I didn't kill myself because I would never kill myself, right? So something similar along those lines with Kanye West. So this is just some videos that I found on TikTok. Let's just listen to this one.
I was Ye, and then they started making more Ye's.
That's it?
Yeah. And there's a picture. So I'm going to slide the picture over so you can see real quick. It says, look at the eyes and shape of the nose. So it's comparing what Kanye, quote unquote, used to look like.
Why is that so small?
Don't worry, bro. It's going to open up. Can I get this full view? I mean, kind of. I mean, just look at this nose down here looking like Kendrick Perkins. And then this looking exactly like young Kanye. Do you see this? It looks like he got punched in the face and it broke and it healed weird. Like, you don't see this? Isn't this?
Nah, dog. It just looks like he grew a beard.
Look at his nose, though. When you gain weight, you don't really gain weight in your nose.
Sometimes you do.
But he has never gained significant amount of weight for it to change this nose.
I don't think the nose shape is. I think it's just the angle. You're seeing him straight on here, then he's at an angle there.
No, but you can definitely see this is.
Search up Kanye West. I promise you, you'll see a Kanye picture that looks like the one at the bottom. I don't
know how to get out of full screen on the TV.
Escape. Yeah. Search up Kanye West 2023. Or no, search up earlier. Like when did he get cloned?
I don't know when he got cloned.
When was the conspiracy? So we could search up like the year.
I'm gonna look at this next TikTok.
Oh, you got a bunch of these with this?
Yeah. So that's why I wanted.
Wait. Can I just real quick pause it? The clip that you played is him talking about. Because I've seen that interview. It's him talking about how people are trying to replicate Ye. Because Ye has a very big ego because he has bipolar, so he's either very, very high.
Is it replicating Ye figuratively or physically?
I'm just telling you what I think it is. You can believe your theory, but I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. Ye has really, really high, so he either believes he's a god or he has really, really lows and he doesn't like anybody who wants to kill himself, right? So I think in this interview, he was just at a really, really high state where he like sees himself as the best thing that this world has ever seen, right? So for him, any rapper was an imitation of Ye, and they were just making more Ye's, and any rapper that came out after Ye is just like Ye. So I think that's what it was. It's him just having the ego that Kanye has, that I used to think was cool.
I got a big
ego.
Okay.
Hit me with the next one now.
I'm trying to load it. I'm trying to load up a the couple that I got here. This feels super loud.
Sue Kanye.
Okay, so we're gonna go with this one first.
Okay.
Full
Who's this white man?
I don't know, but it was a Kanye thumbnail. Damn it! It's not playing audio.
It's almost like he's having technical difficulties.
Entire human being. And it really is essential that this important research continue.
Is it possible to clone humans?
It's very possible, right?
Of course.
Because they've admitted to cloning sheep, right?
Well, you can get your dog blood right now.
Yeah. What is going on? That's crazy.
That's crazy. And I think it's just, if you can clone a dog, you can clone a human.
Yeah.
It's the same level of difficulty.
Wow, that's scary.
So that's this conspiracy, like more conspiracy one. I think it was interesting that he was like, if you can clone a dog, you could clone a human.
Do you know how much I disagree with that statement?
Really?
Yeah.
You think that was real to begin with? You think Elon Musk
Do I-
really said that?
Yeah, 100%. I've seen that episode of that podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the thing is, the thing with Elon Musk is he swears he's a very smart man, and he's really not. He's a man who takes credit for a lot of the shit that he says he's very smart for. So when he says, yes, they have cloned sheep, that is very true. I don't know if
I mean, the
cloning
other guy
dogs-
said they cloned sheep before.
Well, that is they made even a whole like article about cloning sheep. So that is sheep. That is very true. The dog thing, I'm not too sure about, but I know for a fact cloning a dog and cloning a human is not at all similar. A human's brain is insanely. It's literally like a million computers compared to a dog's brain that is very simple-minded, very basic instinct creature. If we were technically cloning things, I feel like it would be a lot easier to clone a very basic instinct type of animal than it is to clone a human. You know, I feel like for a human to exist in our world and like actively act like a human, even though it's a clone, it would have taken years of learning to like even portray himself to be who he says he is, right? It would take years of him learning how to be Kanye to act like the person he's replacing. I just feel like it wouldn't work. You clone somebody, right? They're gonna act like a baby. It's a newborn.
Yeah.
The brain just won't be able to develop all this stuff that makes Kanye in that type of time. At least I don't think so. If it's,
I mean,
if we got that technology that's happening.
You mentioned a great point. I mean, this is not gonna make sense, but I think because you said a brain is like a million computers or whatever.
Yeah.
What if they just took out the brain and put it in the new clone's brain, like head?
I guess yeah.
I mean, if it was
then
like,
that's just a body switch. It's not a clone, is it? It would just be.
I mean,
a
because
body
you can
switch.
just like, because the brain is so weird that you can like, you fuck up one little piece of it, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
drastic
you're absolute-
change.
yeah,
Like, what
you're
if they
right.
just like lobotomy
Accidentally
here,
fucked it a little
go
bit.
in there, you're the new Kanye. How do you
guess,
feel?
Yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah, they could have brainwashed him into believing he is a clone.
I mean,
that is true.
that could be true. I mean, a lot of these things that we kind of see in like movies and stuff, like brainwashing, cloning, and shit.
Yeah.
It could be very much true, but
Yeah.
it could very much be a more darker tone of what we've typically seen in traditional media. But I just think it's a interesting kind of like.
I'm trying to read this.
It's about to start this TikTok. It's like a minute
So
long.
Kanye West got out in public.
think it's
again
one of the-
after
where the-
missing, and
the
now West
text to
was spotted
speech-
with his new wife. Oh, he's gonna talk.
I think
to
it's
me?
gonna talk. Yeah.
Kanye West got out in public again after missing, and now West was spotted with his new wife at Balenciaga. It seems a little strange, right? But did you ever notice his height before he went missing?
He's 5'8",
Okay.
allegedly.
Not average height. How tall is she? I can't read it because my phone doesn't work.
She stands at the height of 1.73 meters.
I don't do centimeters. I'm an American. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Relax.
How big is that? Is she tall or little?
So Kanye's 1.72, so she's about 5'8".
So they're about the same height.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because see, he's right here. We go earlier.
1.72 meters,
yeah.
and she's only 1.73, right? So
1.73.
they're about the exact same height. Okay.
Yeah, exact same kind of height.
Oh, when he's way taller than her, or she's way taller than him? I saw a picture of them. Oh. Pause. Are you guys stupid?
What?
Nando,
What?
please tell me you don't believe this.
No, I just wanted to load up these interesting.
Look at the fucking boots he's wearing, dude. Those are the Yeezy boots. You know how much height those give
Bro,
you?
but look what it says here. I'm playing devil's advocate, by the way. I'm trying to
Show me a pair
often
of...
pictured in high heels or thick-soled shoes.
Okay, so that means they
So
both
it's
would be
not-
wearing
it's-
shoes that give you height,
yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah.
Go to the picture. Is she wearing heels?
We can't see their shoes. We can only
You can
the-
see.
I mean,
No,
what?
she's
She's
wearing
wearing boots, but like,
No heel on him.
how can you tell?
You could. What do you mean? Look at him.
We don't even know if this is the bottom of her foot.
Fucking boot, dog. And that's definitely a Yeezy boot because I've seen them.
Really?
worn
These
them.
look like the Under Armour boots.
No, those are Yeezy boots. Those are the ones that he wears a lot during his like Donda stuff. Pause
Look,
this,
look,
pause
look,
this.
he's tall.
There he looks way
He's,
taller than her.
but we don't see his shoes though.
No, yeah, you can.
Oh.
Behind my tripod, those are the Yeezy boots for sure. Kanye West's former business manager believed that the rapper had disappeared as he'd been unable to locate him for several weeks and now has been spotted. It's sad to see that this is what it's come to when it's very clearly that this man is very clearly mentally unstable. And instead of getting the help he needs by the people around him, they're all yes men and let him do whatever he wants. This man is in a manic episode. He went and got married to someone that I'm pretty sure he just met. And now he's living a whole life, right? She's a model, right? So she should be hot. But I don't
Not Kim K hot. But
I don't know, man. I don't think theories and things like this are ever productive because it's clear this man is obviously really suffering from something and no one is taking it seriously, not even him,
I'm trying to see if there's any more photos.
which sucks.
See if there's no more photos. I want to see if they could give me.
I saw one with them at the Balenciaga
Have you
show.
noticed how his face has changed? This is not Kanye. But this brings up the point of you saying the angle.
Yeah, this is. You're telling me that doesn't look like Kanye to you, for real? That's Kanye on like
I mean, this just looks like Kanye, like looking like shit.
looking to the side. Yeah, it's just bigger Kanye. And then look how big his nose is on the left. It's the same size nose. It's just angles, bro. That's Kanye. That's like you putting up a picture of me when I'm fat and putting up a picture of me skinny and being like, these are two different people. He got cloned.
You got cloned, bro.
And this is before.
Yeah.
This picture is before the whole wife thing.
I mean, I just wanted to bring this up because I thought it was an interesting, like,
I get it.
it's like a
but
conspiracy theory, but not really. But like,
yeah.
like in the craziest world, this is true.
Yeah.
You know, he got cloned or whatever.
I guess, yeah. If you really want to believe in the most fantastical things, yeah.
Yeah, but
if you want to believe in Scientology, also go for
it's
it.
just
dude.
it was just crazy. You know, just a crazy topic to.
You know what I learned
That.
recently? What Scientology actually is? Like, I knew it was a made-up religion and it was dumb, but recently, like, I saw a South Park episode that I haven't watched in a long, long time. You know the one with Tom Cruise in the closet? They explain. I always thought it was a joke, but in the episode, it's like, this isn't a joke. This is what this is what Scientology people actually believe.
I think I know the.
It's like they believe that an alien took all his people, froze them, brought them to Earth, melted the ice, and then those souls transfer to us, and that's why we feel fear and depression and sadness and all this, because we have a bunch of souls inside of us. And then when we die, he collects those souls in his giant soul trapping. Dude, pull it up. Pull up this clip. This shit is crazy, bro. I was
South
like,
Park explains
I was like,
Scientology.
wait, this is really what Scientology people believe. So what do you think of what Scientologists actually believe?
I remember vaguely this episode. That's so stupid. And it's funny that they ask him to continue writing it because it's like literally like more science
It's just
fiction.
science fiction.
I mean, it's in the name, Scientology, I guess.
Yeah. But they believe, like,
Genuinely
the people in
believe
it
that,
genuinely
yeah.
believe it, yeah, which is insane to me. That you can really get tricked by someone that easily and be like, no, this is.
It's because Tom Cruise backed it, and then Will Smith backed it later. It's just who if somebody you look up to, if someone you look up to believes in something, then you like if he believes in it, I'm gonna believe in it too.
I'm a question. I'm like, you believe in a giant alien that 75 years ago freezed all his enemies, then melted them into volcanoes? of
Not all
Earth?
his enemies. It sounded like they were just random aliens. That he was like too many aliens,
No,
freeze.
they said he was a conqueror. Like
Exactly. So it
Emperor
was just like
Palpatine.
too many of you species get in here. Too many of you.
Whatever.
I mean, because
Froze 'em,
in the graphic,
burned 'em.
it was a different
bunch of
aliens.
different-
Yeah. The souls were different colors, Fabrian.
Yeah,
Were you not
also,
watching the same thing? I was
did.
watching?
They were wearing glasses while they were
Yeah,
watching
3D
movies.
glasses while they were watching
watching
Passion of the
movies,
Christ
yeah.
or whatever.
You know what's weird?
What?
In his own Scientology belief, right? He shows them films and
Jesus
brainwashes them on all the other religions and things like that, right?
in history. Yeah.
But none of that stuff would have been made by then. They were still cavemen.
Yeah, exactly. Because
There
he
was
says
no
because he
religion.
said they went to the dawn of man. Or whatever.
man.
Yeah, I mean, if if that's actually what they believe, then that's so fucking stupid. I mean, if you're a Scientologist, please
But you know
please
what I
pull
also
up
learned?
to New Jersey. We'll rent a studio and we'll get down to the nitty gritty. We'll talk about what you believe in a less
No, I will
judgmental,
I will clown you if you come.
less judgmental tone. Bro, we gotta make them come on, and then we could clown on them secretly, like while it happens, not tell them.
What I learned is that a lot of people didn't know that, like people in the Church of Scientology haven't learned that until this episode of South Park. So a lot of people left after this. So it was a really big
like shift.
yeah. But there's still tons of Scientology.
Oh yeah,
people.
for sure. I mean,
But because you need it, like when you become a Scientologist, you can't just decide to start believing it. You have to buy yourself into
like
the
your dues and shit.
Yeah, you have to pay money every month, and then if you want to rank up, you know, they're like, oh, this information is only
Scientology's Herbalife.
pretty much, yeah.
That's crazy.
So you need to be in Scientology for a long time, and you need to have spent a long time to get that information that the people at the top know.
I'll be tight if I spend mad money
That's
and
what
then
I'm saying. So then a lot of people who were at like the bottom levels that were like, and they're like, no, we know how to cure depression.
Yeah.
We know it because our religion tells us, right? So a lot of people are buying into it. And then this episode comes out, they're like, are you kidding me? This is the secret that you've been holding from us.
That's funny.
This is the big thing. A giant alien is what makes me sad.
So now, IdleTalk listeners, you tell us, are you sad because of million of alien deaths? Let us know. Sound off on Spotify.
Are you a Scientologist?
There's actually a comment section now. It'll
On what,
it'll-
Spotify?
Yeah, it'll ask you a prompt. Like,
Nice.
what do you think? So
Say
answer
Fabian is cute.
answer what you think about Scientology below. And this has been episode 11 of IdleTalk.
Just know if you
Just remember,
the comment,
don't tell Fabian he's cute. I don't think he
if you see the comment, Fabian is cute, it's not me. I promise.
You know what's funny? It does tell me who it is. Like,
Damn.
yeah.
I was gonna do it too.
If you got a Spotify account and if you got a profile picture, it'll be
I
like
do. It says my name.
it'll be
and
like
everything.
Fabian.
Fabian.
Yeah.
Damn, Fabian's cute, bro.
Oh, we'll catch you next time.
Good night, guys.
Peace.